Hello guitaristas, my name is Adina and you are watching the Spanish Guitar Hub, and today we are going to look at 5 different improvisation ideas that you can apply for playing the Spanish guitar chord progression. And after this video maybe you can play something like this. Before we go into the improvisation ideas, I just would like to say that all the tabs and the maps for the scales are available on my Patreon campaign, so please join to my Patreon students if you would like to play exactly what I play here. So the first improvisation idea is playing scales. I already made a video on what scales you can use when you play the A minor, G major, F major, or E major. If you haven't watched that video, we will quickly refresh our knowledge so everybody can join in. So unfortunately, none of the major scale will work well with all of these 4 chords, but there is one scale which is the C major scale, which would work over the A minor, the G major and the F major. But it won't work over the E major chord. So what do? We need to switch to another scale which would work well with the E major, and we found that the harmonic minor scale, which is the A harmonic minor, will work very well because it will work over the A minor, the F major and the E major. So we will use the A natural minor, which is the 6th mode of the C major scale, and we will switch to the harmonic minor on the E major chord. So how does this 2 scale look like? This is the A natural minor scale. And the harmonic minor scale has 1 note difference, and that's the 6th note of the scale. So it will look something like this. So the difference is this note. In the natural minor scale it is this note. And so you can use these 2 scales to improvise over this chord progression, but also you can use a different position because it can be a little bit boring just to stay in this particular position. Of course, the best would be to learn the whole neck so you can improvise freely and go over the neck, but at the moment it would be just enough to find another 2 positions, for example, so you can be a little bit more free when you are improvising over the chord. That's why we will look at 2 other positions, and this will be the Phrygian scale, which is the 3rd mode of the C major scale, and the Phrygian dominant, which is equivalent for the harmonic minor scale. And it will look something like this. This was the Phrygian scale, and now let's look at the Phrygian dominant scale. Now we learn the shapes. Let's move this shape over the 12th fret, and then we will find a 3rd position where we can use and improvise. So we will start on the 12th fret. And now let's look at the Phrygian dominant scale. The second improvisation idea that I'm going to share with you is using arpeggios. So what are the arpeggios? Arpeggios is like skipping notes in the scale. So we will use the first, the third, the fifth, the seventh note of the scale, and then it will sound something like this. So in my first improvisation I was using also arpeggios, but I was mixing up the sequence of the arpeggios. Because this is the fifth note of the scale, this is the third note of the scale, this is the seventh note of the scale, and this is the root note. The next improvisation idea is playing chords over chords. So how do we do that one? It means that we will find another position to play the chords which are in this chord progression, and we will play over them using the caged system. What is the caged system? The caged system means that you can hold the C, A, G, E and D chords in the first few frets, and after using this shape and the barre you can hold everything else. You can add some other notes to the chords, as you could see in my playing, and then it will give you a little bit more variety of your improvisation. The fourth tip will be using the same technique, but we will at this time finger pick all the chords. So it will sound something like this. For the finger picking you can use several different techniques, so you can just pick it out, but then it will be a little bit softer sound. So I like to use my thumb and my index finger, and then I can go quite fast. So it will be thumb, thumb, index finger. And my last tip for you is to use basslines when you do the improvisation, and it can sound something like this. This is actually a great technique to mix up your improvisation and add a little bit more variety to your sound. Of course, there are so many other ways or so many other techniques that you can use to improvise over any chord progression. These were just some tips to help you to find a better sound or a more variety of sound. I hope you found this helpful. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe for more videos like this, because I'm here every Sunday to inspire you to play the guitar more or play this kind of style. So see you guys next week with another guitar video. Hello guitaristas, my name is Adina and you are watching the Spanish Guitar Hub, and today we are going to analyze the Spanish guitar chord progression, which is A minor, G major, F major and E major, and we will look at what kind of scales we need to use to play over this chord progression. And it sounds something like this.